I was already hoping the pregnancy test was positive. And then as soon as it was, I was like ready to hold my son.
Married for 3 years, Bonnie and Jonathan Swindle were ready to add a tiny member to their family.
3, 2, 1, 0.
We just had the perfect pregnancy with Oliver. No risk factors. I mean, he was growing big.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my word. Oh my word. He weighed 8'1" when he was born and had blonde curly hair, so it was like love at first sight.
But something wasn't quite right.
They said, well, he's breathing on his own, but we've had to paralyze him.
At just 2 days old, Oliver had open heart surgery. But after 8 long hours, the Swindles got good news from the surgeon.
He told us Oliver would grow up to be a normal, healthy kid, play sports, and maybe have a heart check once a year.
But the recovery did not go as they'd hoped. 2.5 weeks later,
I finally came in the room on July 1st, and the nurse said, "Do you want to hold him?" And I just fell to the ground because I had never held my son. So I knew in that moment that he was going to pass away.
You are my sweet baby. You will always be part of me.
Holding their little boy, Bonnie and Jonathan sang him the song they wrote when Bonnie was just 16 weeks pregnant. The song they sang every night, blissfully unaware of the pain that was to come.
He actually was in my arms when he took his last breath.
Is this real? You know, is it really over this soon? Like, I just had all these dreams and all these things that we wanted to do.
Jonathan and Bonnie buried their son on a Monday, and since then have had many dark nights.
And I think that we've both gotten better and better at being what the other one needs.
But 5 months later, some light came into their lives.
Read it.
Oh, gosh.
What's it say?
No way!
We got pregnant again, and we found out in December, so going into a new year, it felt like, okay, we can breathe, we have hope, like it's not gonna be Oliver, but we have something to look forward to.
Since Oliver's condition wasn't genetic, doctors assured her she had nothing to worry about. But then,
Bonnie began bleeding during church on a Sunday morning, and then we went to the hospital that afternoon.
And once again, good news, the baby was fine.
They literally discharged us. We're walking out of the hospital, and Bonnie says, I have to use the restroom. And then we miscarried.
Yeah, I can't go through this again. I can't lose another one.
And this loss was no less devastating.
You don't know the baby's name. You don't know what the baby looks like. You got ripped off even more.
The Swindles learned it was a little girl. They named her Eden.
Now you start thinking, what's wrong with us? You know, we've lost 2.
And those dark days got even darker. They wondered if it was time to go their separate ways. Some days Bonnie thought she was ready to leave this world.
The load doesn't get lighter, you just get stronger.
Ultimately, Oliver and Eden, Bonnie's 2 angels, kept her going.
I hope that they're proud of me. You know, I think about that sometimes. Like, I love them so much, and like I want to make them proud.
And she and Jonathan decided they're in it for the long haul.
Whatever comes, whatever we go through, we're going to be in it together.
Fast forward nearly 2 years, a prayer answered.
We are more than ready for her.
That's right, the Swindles are expecting a baby girl. In fact,
Come in.
Come in. Hi.
Hi, how's everything going?
We're doing good.
Very good.
She just spit up, but she's good now.
in late October, Eloise Faith Swindle made her much anticipated debut.
She weighed 6 pounds, 12 ounces, and was 19.5 inches long. So tiny.
She's here. And she's healthy.
I can't stop looking at her. I can hardly sleep. I don't really want to sleep, you know. I just want to keep her in my arms and stare at her.
Bonnie has no expectations Eloise will fix her, take her grief away, or replace her siblings.
I think it makes us appreciate this moment even more.
And Bonnie and Jonathan vow to treasure all the moments ahead because no one knows what the future holds.
You don't know anything. You don't have any guarantees. You know, you're not certain of any outcome, or that we would get to keep her, or that she wouldn't be stillborn, or we won't get home and there's SIDS, or, you know. But it's just saying I'm trusting. I'm just choosing to trust regardless of what I see.
With stories like this, there's no happy ending, but there is hope. There's always hope.
Mama loves you too, girl. I can't believe we're going home today.
I'm excited to go home. Let's go home.